So, try this fun activity. Hop on Game Jolt, scrub through the FNaF hashtag till you find a fan game to your liking with the fresh and ready to go release build, and you stop existing, like, right? Luckily for past me, back in 2021, I trickled my way through a smattering of exactly what I'm clearly pining for here: cancelled FNaF Fangames. Sure, my selection was surface level, I was visibly hopped up on 10 shots of adrenaline, half the video consisted of whatever this was. Jesus, fine, I'll just talk about more right now. But this time, I want to shake things up a tad. Yeah, it's easy to dunk on the weasel meat that is the flurry of scrapped Pop Goes projects, so I'll discuss in detail the long-mourned project bugs. But then again, it's even easier to dunk on the shit that slightly less people know about. What are these games gonna do about it? Exist less? So, with that sentiment in tow, I wanna hop back in and kick off with a fan game to kick the can that meets half the search criteria. Five Nights of Boys ASL, or American Sign Language, the little-known fourth entry to the hella well-known FNaF B franchise. That's what ASL means, right? While not a whole lot of concrete content was ever made public for the thing, continuing the series from its roots, original developers Sable Katme and Joshua Shaw, ASL would have taken a pretty hefty leap from the iconic RPG Maker gameplay of the original trilogy to virtual reality in a fully modeled 3D environment. Ambitious for sure, fit with a pretty cool looking promo image, almost like it was scanned out of an old video game magazine or something. I'm assuming was the point, given, you know, this. A handful of environment teasers, whatever this bullshit is, and a few character renders, including 3D turnarounds. Blasted joint. It's not illegal, it's on Game Jolt. And while for a series that was such a cult classic staple of early FNaF, ASL rarely flew under the radar. The simple lack of material ever released for the game's likely why, making this more of just an interesting case of, hey, that could have been neat over a significantly tangible piece of media being teased that people were pissed they weren't getting. ASL's cancellation post cited external politics and personal life matters, which, given the state of the FNaF community at the time, that's fair. But for those itching for more modern boys content, a classic collection was released around the same time, featuring full-on remakes of entries 1 to 3 with some extra debauchery thrown into the mix. A seriously solid package for anyone looking for an up-to-date alternative to the originals. Who the shit is that?
No! Wait! Gomo! Don't you remember?
Five Nights of Boys.
Oh yeah. Wait, hang on! You can't say
what are you saying? You're censored.
You know,
Yeah, I'm still not getting it.
Wait, I just realized this video's of no monetary risk to me, so, I'm gonna go.
Speaking of monetary, Chompers. Now this thing could have ended up as an addition to the financially backed Fazbear Fanverse initiative. I mean, it was cancelled, it wasn't, but it could have been. And it was shaping up to be something potentially worth hooking a loogie over, fit with the typical bells and whistles you'd expect from a quality modern-day FNaF fangame. But this thing didn't make the list just for looking pretty. In opposition to ASL's fairly innocuous reasonings for pulling the plug, the basic rundown here involves lead developer Ultranite and their involvement in The Pair, once a private Discord group comprised of a few large figureheads in the community, dedicated to archiving a whole lot of data that don't belong to them, consisting of everything from private fangame assets the pair's members were entrusted with keeping to themselves, to majorly sensitive personal information they definitely shouldn't have had, planning to leak this stuff as they saw fit. There are a lot of crazy talented people on Chompers too, all of whom's work practically ended up going to total waste here because the lead dev figured massive hordes of other people's behind the scenes work was more important than the integrity of a fangame with tens of passionate artists and devs on board, which wasn't very funny, so the entire Chompers team balanced it out by doing something hilarious. They leaked the entire game's progress right back. Talk shit, get bit, bitch! Chomping with Chomper, the first of 5 pieces of recovered playable Chompers content hosted by lead programmer Yu Ro, is a simple yet stylish, arcade-styled, high-score-based romp, of which, while the listed build's the latest 1.1.1 version, I do happen to be in possession of a couple even earlier builds with with their own, if subtle, differences that I was actually directly sent in 2021, courtesy of, well, that guy's dead. The Chomper's tech demos, 3 to be exact, exploring a series of animated Chomper's set pieces, each focusing on testing specific Unity render tech, including a virtual vomit simulator where I serenely slide across the floor in VR. What can I say? My stomach hates locomotion. And finally, the page's namesake, the Chomper's Fanverse pitch demo, intended to have been presented to Scott Cawthon himself. A simple to grasp, if rudimentary, walkthrough of the concepts and mechanics intended to have been implemented in one way or another. The cap on the recap on the amount done on the game there would be majorly underselling the buckets of work poured into the thing, with the Chomper's team coming out in droves to share what they contributed, like an act of solidarity between one another despite the overly shitty circumstances. Like, hell, the only way the situation could have theoretically been any worse is if it was, like, cancelled twice or something. Porkchop's horror show, created and taken out back by Phil Fiznum Morg, known for his work on Nevermind, I'll Never Know. This crispy little sausage would have centered around the concept of an in-universe game show of the same name, starring the titular animatronic Porkchop, plural. Said show bringing on contestants to risk their lives against the murderous maniac and his haunted meat factory of traps and fire. Survival, promising you cash, prizes, and fame, all designed for the quote-unquote brave and mentally unstable. Or you want the aroma of bacon and tetanus with your assisted suicide? Oh, I'm neurodivergent with a case of moderate congestion right now. Me. Porkchops is actually one of the more intriguing concepts I've seen take on FNaF style, lighting its environment on fire with a visceral, industrial bloodbath set in the production studio of a deadly reality show, the game playing off that last fact in a utilitarian sense. Basically, the gameplay would have been split up into 3 seasons, I can only assume playfully referring to the seasons of the in-game horror show worked into the project non-diegetically as the game's chapters. Diegetically full of a whole lot of as each season features an incrementally more conked up chop to face off, picked from the pool of Fiznum's various sausage brothers, please don't make fun of them, 2 of them called the tetanus. And with the sheer amount of garbage planned for the thing, it's no wonder a considerable amount of leftover Porkchop stuff has surfaced in the time since its cancellation. Teasers, tons of in-game assets, and hello, an entire original score, with the only official playable content released in relation to the project coming in the form of 2 polar opposite interactive teasers, Porkchop's Adventure and Steven's Game. The former is practically a budget-length fangame in and of itself, with several different endings to discover, an engagingly spooky atmosphere, and a faux free-roam point-and-click system built off an earlier Fiznum project to traverse around the Porkchop's horror show studio. Your character, a writer on the show, is locked inside till morning, solving puzzles and gathering intel on the darker side of the already bewilderingly unethical production. But my legs hurt. You got games on your phone? Half of the entire experience is the in-universe platformer Wonderworld, a new adventure. A brief, if considerably fleshed out, romp featuring Porkchop, the little baby bastard Porkchop pig, and a whole 3 levels to explore on a mission to rescue Porkchop's animal cohorts. It's decently fleshed out for what it is, and adventure as a whole was pretty damn entertaining regardless of the gameplay path you take. Steven's Game doesn't let you load in unless you know to edit game files. A once periodically updating, fourth wall ignorant, visually monotone RPG with ties to a then ongoing ARG. It's not a long game, but when I did have a little trouble progressing in, this is somebody else's footage, I quit 20 minutes in. Cryptic and completely unexplanatory. I'm sure at one point it might have been a tad easier to decipher the thing and get it, functional, which is a sentence I love saying about video games I want to play right now. At their core, if one more obviously so, these were both meant to act as companion pieces to Porkchop's horror show, and while that game never ended up happening, a 2020 tweet from Fiznum did announce the uncancellation of Porkchops to it. Oh, never mind, I guess we'll never know if it was really cancelled or not. Yeah, horror show currently exists in limbo, not definitively cancelled.
Sorry, apparently there is no afterlife. To put it briefly, and taking the state of some of his other projects into account, it's safe to say Phil Morgs ultimately dropped any and all FNAF-related projects at this point wholesale, for reasons that can get a little touchy to ruminate on, but do involve some unprofessional behavior on his accord. Though personally, you could have easily convinced me that scope creep was a major potential factor here, the game attempting to present with 3 FNAF-styled game modes plus a considerable amount of post-game content. That's hefty work for one developer. I wouldn't be surprised if that turned out to be a contributing issue. Otherwise, yeah, the domino effect of some particularly poor choices on the part of one Fiznom killed that thing and all its cohorts in one fell swoop. A series of events that many others have taken the time to document in their entirety. If you're interested in tripping down that rabbit hole, I'm busy holding several FNAF Fangame themed postmortems right now, so somebody else can deal with that. Block 1! Oh my god, there's another body bag arriving? And the murder is coming too? That's really concerning. The Fazbear Funhouse, yet another solo venture that I actually... Oh, wait, never mind, my dial-up's so crappy it's loading a cache from 2 years ago. Brought to us by Bun Bum Films, aka Fifi. The Fazbear Funhouse caught my attention with its focus on a liminal space-esque industrial-feeling soft play environment of the indoor variety. Yeah, an actual, real photograph of the soft play I frequented as a kid, visually encapsulating everything I love about these weird kinds of atmospheres. That feeling matching the stuff I was seeing here to a C for childhood trauma. And hell yeah, somebody else sharing that oddly specific enthusiasm was crazy cool to find. These places were big, dark, and creepy, enough for kid me to latch onto that intriguing feeling of unease. Perfect for a horror setting. Though, unfortunately, we kinda got squat but a shy lick of its potential before its untimely demise, which I refused to take for an answer, so last night I tracked Bun Bun's IP, snuck in, ripped our computer out of the wall, and, basically just started stealing shit. Kidding, that'd be a cybercrime. I'm more into doing the physical grunt work. Yeah, I figured I'd hit Fifi up, merely to see if she had an archive of any of the game's teaser content kicking around, and the response I got basically amounted to, hell yes! Also, do you want literally everything else that was also produced for the game? That happens, that actually happened. So buckle up and get your forensics cooking, cause we're taking a glance at the crime scene. The Fazbear Funhouse would have taken place in, guess who? The exact place that inspired the atmosphere actually wants the soft play of choice for the developer here, before succumbing to a fire. Good to know we're both a fan of exploiting our childhood's weak spots. That fact especially prevalent in the creepy, glassy-eyed, puppet-like animatronic reimaginings of the core 4, the centerpieces of the attraction, and of the game's strong, symbolic story, as murder victims, go figure, featuring a few of its own references to the classic FNAF plot points and narrative themes you know and love, like child murder, Michael Afton, the black market. Huh? You don't remember William Afton's secret 1992 San Diego heroin plant? Classic FNAF moment. Visually, things would have taken on that late 90s, early 2000s twang fit with its own hauntingly ethereal soundtrack to complement, vaguely dating the events of the game, and with the involvement of some strange supernatural concepts that will remain unexplained to harness the air of mystery. Ooh! Bonban has managed to craft something here with a pretty unique identity, with a metric ton of potential. Despite that though, a general lack of motivation for developing a free FNAF fangame strikes again, in correlation with a major leak around the time. Which is totally valid, you know, and you are so loud, can you please stop doing that right next to me? Like, you actually scared me.
Yo, what the fazz is wrong with you, dude? I'm doing literally nothing wrong. You know, maybe mind your own shit, dude. In the future, huh? Piece of shit. Literally,
no,
you wanna
no,
go,
I'm sorry.
bitch? Little baby bitch, you wanna southern go?
I'm not fighting anyone. Are you serious
pussy
right
ass
now?
bitch, yeah.
Dude,
I ain't shitting around. Let's come on,
down.
go, twist my shit. Spaghetti wanker, come on.
Everything the Fazbear Funhouse could have been, I'd freaking love to cover sometime in the near future. And with the game's materials presented to me with pride, it's clear Fifi's efforts were toward a project she was fairly passionate about here. The kind of developer insight you love to see. Always wicked valuable to get a first-hand account of this kind of thing. But sometimes I really didn't ask. The return to Freddy's. What the hell is this goddamn game series? Okay, listen, I've been aware of Freddy's return since its ungodly conception in 2014, but somehow still know jack crap, and I don't think I'm missing out on much. I played every TRTF game that actually released earlier. Am I any less confused than I was before? No. An inquisitive sequence of FNaF knockoffs at its core, the return to Freddy's, I think it exists. Yet with unintuitive mechanics, an indiscernible story, stolen designs, awkward self-inserts, and a visual style that seems to take primary inspiration from rotting wood. Is there anything I can spout that isn't deadly obvious looking at the gameplay footage here? These games are held together with wet sand, and entropy will envelop all of us into death. And yet, it seems to be that exact infamy that seems to keep this, albeit fairly inactive, fangame series so alive in the minds of many almost a decade later. Like, hey, for a series where the concept of the Japanese trying to kill super cancer in 1942 is but a footnote of a canonical event prior to when your shitty haunted Chuck E. Cheese bootleg horror games takes place. You know how many kids I'd kill to get a glimpse of this level of storytelling? Candy? Cindy? Please. Introducing Sugar the cat and Kitty Fazcat the cat. Springtrap? Sorry, no, that's actually Frankbert. I mean, the Lockjaws. Sorry, his name was never the same after the tetanus got him too. With so many characters and events to keep track of, a general lack of coherence or care in its presentation, and, like clockwork, a slew of internet drama to wrap the series in one tedious little bow, it shouldn't be a surprise to anyone that the uncontrolled chaos would extend to the quantity and quality of the game series releases and non-releases. Yeah, the Return to Freddy's is a fan game series built on the corpses of its dead next of kin. For every Return to Freddy's 2, there's a Return to Freddy's Remastered 2015 edition, the Return to Freddy's Remastered 2020 edition, the Return to Freddy's Chapter 1, which would have actually been a front for a total reimagining of the franchise, secretly renamed to The Road That Falls, except it doesn't make sense and it was cancelled also, so it doesn't really matter. But hey, at least I'm being hyperbolic and there isn't actually a 1-to-3 ratio of released to cancelled Return to Freddy's projects. Just kidding, there's 11! The Return to Freddy's Remastered 2015, the Return to Freddy's Remastered 2020, the Return to Freddy's Chapter 1, the Return to Freddy's 2 Remastered, the Return to Freddy's 3 Remastered, the Return to Freddy's 4 Remastered, the Return to Freddy's 5, the Return to Freddy's Frankberts, TRTF Story, Desolation, Mad Mind, and Radzler. And it's not like nobody was looking forward to these games or nothing. There is a sub-community out there on Game Jolt making their own Return to Freddy's content, a practice that produced the series' only retroactively canonical fan spin-off, the Return to Freddy's Desolation, adopted into the franchise as the official 5th entry by a series creator. But otherwise, this dumpster fire of a series is full of cancelled remasters, reboots, semi-original spin-offs. It really seems like most of the effort going into the works here was going towards hitting the retry button and having it crap out on you again and again and again, never knowing if that next remake was gonna be the one to get out there. Or maybe the fake demo rickroll that spams you with racial slurs could be the one to do it. I don't know. If it wasn't crystal fucking clear by now, the Return to Freddy's brings with it such an insane goddamn legacy, if no, not for its totally bizarre creative choices, then for all of the repurposed fan characters, the behind-the-scenes controversies, the story behind it all, demonstrating stronger than any other title I've listed here how significant of an impact a FNaF fangame can have outside of its contained code. True with any piece of media in the history of anything, but I'm trying to make a damn point. Making fangames is hard. Making games is hard, at least way harder than evidently many would-be FNaF fangame developers assume it to be. And boy would I know it. Yeah, you thought I was immune to the plague of unfinished FNaF tributes? Hell no. From age 13 to 16, I was slapping together my own crap and pulling the plug for breakfast. 5 Nights with Hamlet, Fun Times Night Shifts, those days before Freddy's, in addition to a few untitled projects of varying completion. That garbage makes up a pretty generous idea of the kind of shit I was spitting out back then. Of which, I'd be more than happy to talk about sometime in a video of its own, documenting all my cancelled FNaF fangames from over the years and showing off my interactive barrel-soaked cringe to the masses? Yes, freaking please! Not even including one of the most important titles I ever worked on that I didn't include because it wasn't mine. Reddit Quest, an unapologetically self-referential RPG based on 2015's FNaF Reddit community, yep. If not for that fangame, you'd be seeing somebody else's totally different looking character art on screen right now. Sorry, this fan game's so freaking meta, I just started having a meta existential crisis. Am I even real? Like what? And a cancelled fan game clearly doesn't mean one fit without people anticipating a comeback. For the longest time, I've been invested in the 8-year development of the once cancelled Creatures of Nowhere. That's most notable features that you hit Chica with a train, and now I kinda just can't look away. Cancelled or not, coming together to make a FNaF tribute that doesn't turn out as planned. It's easy to point and scoff at that and make up a scenario where the end result was nothing but a failure. But given my own first-hand experiences and the accounts of others I know to be true, I'd seriously beg to differ. You know, because I apparently wouldn't exist in my physical form without them. Anyway, I need to forget about everything in the universe for like 3 hours. Give me that goddamn Joshua.
Gomo!
Fuck you.